Hey there, everybody. Sloppy here, playing some more Creativerse. Although I guess I'm not going to be playing so much today as wandering around and chatting a bit about this big update we have coming next week. It's hard to believe it's coming next week. Thank you for all of this. It's hard to believe it's coming next week, and I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts, my opinion on what is coming. I've gotten a lot of questions about that, and I just thought I would share them in a video. So if you guys missed everything going on, Creativerse has probably the biggest update. I mean, definitely in years, but a very, very large update coming next week, the 15th of November. I'm not going to go too much into the details, everything. I'm bumping my mouse. Wow, this is just like an old school video of mine. You could go watch the update videos, they're on my channel. I am very, very interested. Well, big changes are coming. Golden Gauntlet. A lot of changes are coming, and I'm really optimistic by nature, I suppose, but I'm really kind of optimistic about the changes. The last few years we've gotten, I don't want to say a lack of support, because I know the devs work really hard on the game, and it hasn't been a lack of support so much as I almost suppose it feels like we've had kind of a lack of vision, almost. Like the game isn't quite sure where it wants to be or where it wants to go. You know, they've been monetizing it by giving us these bundles, which a lot of which are really, really cool, right? I'm not saying anything negative about that, but it's felt kind of aimless. You know, adventures got added and then kind of left alone. Machines got added and then kind of got left alone. Then it was block sets that all cost, you know, a few bucks here, a few bucks there. And then it was costumes, which cost a few bucks here, a few bucks there. And it's all felt kind of, I don't want to say disjointed, but a little disjointed. Also, I'm just going to walk around random bits on the server while we're here. And I'm really glad that it seems like Playful finally is just saying, okay, here's what we want to do. Here are the issues we had. Here's the challenges we had. Let's try and fix them. And, you know, the server hosting thing I know has been contentious in the comments on some of the videos I've made about it. But I really do think it's for the best. You know, the sheer cost of hosting that many servers is high, I imagine. Very high, especially when a lot of them probably don't have any players, and, you know, that sort of thing. So just saving that cost, as well as the resources needed to just keep the servers up, you know, now that's going to be people and money that can be used to develop the game, add new blocks, add new things, work on the mechanics, and all this sort of thing, which I think can only... Oh, look at this, the draw gate. Sorry, I know, I've toured this before, I just think it's an amazing build, and I haven't been here in a while. I think it's awesome that the company is willing to sort of give the game another shot. You know, this is a game that's been out quite a long time. It's gone through a few variations. You know, it was pay to play, then it wasn't, then it was free to play, then they added pro. And, you know, the fact that we're getting sort of another shot at, you know, a third life of Creativerse, if you will, is pretty cool. You know, Creativerse probably already had its heyday. It probably had its big moment in the sun. And I don't think this update will be, you know, a top 10 seller on Steam or anything, but I think it'll maybe bring back some people, hopefully attract a few new people, and give, you know, another few years to a game that, you know, I really love, and I love the community we've built and playing the game, and I'm excited for that to continue. So, you know, Playful making this decision to go pay to play, you pay for the game now, as well as, you know, servers being, you know, not something they host anymore, I think is fantastic. And I'm glad that they're doing it because it allows them to give the game a little bit more time, a little bit more space, and more resources. that being said, I'm curious how the server everything will go. You know, they say that the requirements won't be too beefy to run them or host them on your own computer, and that there will be sort of third-party things. I'm just hoping it goes smoothly. I imagine there will be wrinkles and, you know, things that go poorly. But I'm very curious how it all goes. I'm curious how much it costs to run a server. You know, I really do want to have a public world with all you guys, and I'm hoping it's not terribly expensive. And I'm hoping it runs smoothly. You know, I was kind of hoping they would have some sort of third-party partner that is built into the game where I can set it up through Creativerse, you know, as opposed to setting up web hosting, or server hosting myself. They've said that's not right now, so I'm going to have to figure it out. Luckily, I have mods who are smarter than me that will probably help. Wink, wink. Oh, this is a creepy room. All right. But I'm hoping it goes smoothly, you know? I understand the reasons for it. I think it's really cool. We're getting so much customization. I have really trapped myself into a corner here. We're getting so much customization as well, which is something I'm probably most excited for. But I do hope server hosting isn't too complicated. They said they're going to put out guides on launch day, November 15th, so Creativerse usually is pretty good about breaking stuff down, and you know, any changes that come, we usually get very good answers. They're also incredible about answering questions, so you know, I'm hoping we get all that. Anyway, yeah, I hope server hosting's not a huge issue. I hope people don't have too many problems. There's been a lot of questions and concerns in the comments on my update videos, as well as people reaching out on Discord. I don't really have any answers. I can only sort of repeat the information they've said, which is that it shouldn't be too difficult. But once we get some clarification, you know, I hope it goes a little bit smoother. Luckily, the game's really small, and it's not too intense on computers, so I can't imagine it'll be too much of a hassle, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Also, I'm sorry, this video is a little unstructured. I'm kind of just going off the top of my head. I started to write stuff down, and then I thought, you know, I thought it would just be... I thought it would just be a little bit better just to go off the dome and keep it a little bit more casual. So, let's find another place to tour. Takati Castle is just phenomenal. Speaking of the devil, here's some information about it that I think is really, really cool. Did we just go blue side? Yeah, let's go another one on the blue side here. That's Moyne. Gary City under construction. Stupa Noble. Ah, there's so many amazing things that I just... the world's going to be saved for anyone who was concerned. Don't worry about that. We are, of course, going to save the world. Anyone can download it once the new update comes out. Anyway, let's continue talking about things I'm excited for, at least. The customization on these worlds. It's something I've been asking for a very, very long time. And we're kind of getting even more than I was expecting. A lot of... I'm just... Sorry, I stopped spelling... wow, words. It looks like, you know, the Conehead people from, like... I have no idea what movie it's from. You know the Coneheads? Better customization and more frequent updates. Both of those things sound amazing. Anyway, yeah, where was I? The customization. I have really wanted to be able to customize the server sort of even more so than we can right now. Right now, you know, these are my options, which are pretty good. You know, you could do a lot of interesting things. You know, we have a whitelist. You can disable explosives and PvP and all these sorts of things. Oh, villager spawning. I didn't... Oh, you can disable Arc Vault. There's all sorts of things I didn't know on here. Anyway, I've always wanted more customization. One of the cool things about Minecraft is that they basically just left it open and said, yeah, here are some command blocks. Go wild if you want to or don't, you know? And that's something I've always really wanted in Creativerse, was just more options for the server and the worlds, and we're getting that, which is really, really cool. The sheer number of options that they kind of listed, it sort of seems like you'll be able to customize pretty much everything if you really want to. They're also going to allow modding, because you can run your own servers, which, you know, opens up to some really cool things. You know, one of the things they mentioned is if you want to do some light modding, you can turn furnace times to 0, you know, and stuff like that. So we're really getting that customization, which is amazing. And I think will allow allow people who play on, you know, the server that I'm going to host to do some really fun things. And I'm really excited for that. You know, even things like claims and whatnot. We can do things like building competitions. You know, we can make a creative world and, you know, everyone gets one claim and we run the server for only the hour we're on it or something like that, which I suppose we can do now, but it's different. I'm just really excited. There's so many opportunities available when you can customize stuff, you know, to a bigger degree, that I'm just excited to see, you know, what people come up with, what we come up with, what we do, and it's really exciting. The other cool thing that I'm especially excited for is the quest system. So right now we have these weird kind of quest system that's sort of the tutorial through the game. We'll be able to customize these. There's apparently going to be some sort of system where you can make your own quests, which I think is just so cool. I really hope it's kind of an expansive thing. I just think that'll be super fun. Also with, you know, the ability to customize the servers, you know, I think you could do some really amazing stuff with like server economies where maybe, you know, the world spawns with no Lumite and the only way to get Lumite is through completing quests set up by the server owner. Something like that. Which I hope will replace the adventures that we're losing. I'm going to talk about that more in a second. I am really interested in how this quest system works, how it comes out. Again, I assume there'll be some issues on launch. This is a massive update. You know, this is a really, really big update. They're reworking several systems. We're getting all this customization. I sort of expect things will be iffy off the start. If I'm honest, I'm even, you know, contemplating whether or not we should delay the launch of, you know, our big world together until, you know, maybe a week or two after launch, just to make sure stuff is running smoothly. At the same time, I also just really want to jump into the game, and I think, you know, you just lose out on a lot of players if you aren't there week 1. Anyway, I assume there will be bugs. I assume there will be issues. They've been really good about fixing stuff, for the most part. There was a few months there where the game was borderline unplayable. They did a massive under-the-hood update, which got it to where it's running now. Which brings me to another thing. Server stability is gigantic. One of my fears about player-hosted servers is the stability. I think it could be improved. I think it could go down. I think it'll depend a lot on who's hosting the servers and, you know, the internet they have. Oh yeah, we love a nice sensor gate. I don't know. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's arcs. I thought it was like a block. Wow, that is super cool. Sorry, I got so distracted there. I thought it was a block I didn't have. That's just arc light art. That's amazing. So I guess these are too, like these little blossoms. Wow, people are so cool. Where was I? I assume there will be issues with the servers. I just hope that it doesn't deter a lot of people. My hope is that there will be a bunch of public servers hosted by either Play for themselves or like, well, I just want there to be public worlds that are always online that people can access if that's how they want to play. You know, hosting your own and, you know, having to time it with your friends so you're all online and the world's online, it can be such a pain. You know, I've played other games that, you know, I've tried to host a Minecraft server with my friends where, you know, one of us was hosting our computers, and it just kind of turns into a pain. So I hope there's some public servers that are always there for people. And I really hope that stability is good, which is part of the reason I wanted some sort of third party that is connected with Playful that I could just pay, and, you know, they host the server for me and it's all built in. I'm not very smart, especially when it comes to computers. So, you know, if I host a server with some company and there's issues, I'm not gonna know how to fix them, you know? If I'm honest, I'm not gonna know how to fix them. Which I think is the same boat a lot of people are in. So, you know, if there was some just server hosting company that Playful was with that, you know, you could pay your $7, $8, $10 a month and they host your server and they know Creativerse knows them, and, you know, they're kind of, they know what's going on. I think that would be beneficial, and the servers are good. Then again, I can see why Playful might not want to do that. They also might do it. You know, we don't really know any of the details of this, so. Oh, this is a cool door. This block set, I feel like I just undervalued the Forbidden City one. Very gorgeous. Okay, yeah, let's, so what I've talked a lot. I'm gonna keep talking a little bit more, but I'm almost done. So, let's talk about adventures real quick. I'm sad they're going away. At the same time, I totally understand, you know, one of the cool things about Playful and the developers, Playful is the developers, they're giving us answers to all of our questions. They explained completely why adventures are going away, and it makes total sense. That said, I think adventures, out of any of the new things they rolled out the past few years, was probably the one with the most promise. If adventures had been sort of, it was missing a few things that would have made it a pretty amazing thing. You know, the ability to save progress, the multiplayer abilities. I think adventures could have been gigantic, and unfortunately it wasn't. And I know they ran into a lot of issues in the actual development of it and stuff like that. Adventures are amazing. I think they were such a cool idea. They never really got the love that I wish they would have gotten. I say love. I don't mean to sound like it was the developers who didn't want to do adventures. I think it was just became kind of a technical issue, from what I understand. But adventures, I thought, were an incredible idea, and I'm sad to see them go. That being said, if the quest system works the way I'm hoping it works, I think you could see a similar system. It'll just be on servers, and then you'll be able to play with your friends and stuff. So I'm sad to see it go. I understand why it's leaving, and I'm hoping the new quest system can kind of fill a little bit of the gap. You know, one thing I always wanted to do with adventures was create some sort of RPG style thing, but you could kind of only make it 15 to 20 minutes long because nobody could save progress, right? Super Dave, the amazing builder that he is, basically did this with this specific farm adventure. He had another one that I can't remember the name of. Maybe it's right here. But there were people who did this very thing. There were some amazing adventures. This one here, the Ghost of... You know, this was literally an RPG. There were characters in it that said different things based on what actions you took. And, you know, just imagine the things we could have built if you would have been able to save your progress. And maybe we can now build, now that we have this quest system, and, you know, it's all going to be on a server you host yourselves. I'm very, very curious. The other cool thing is, now that we can download worlds, in theory you could make in a world-sized RPG with all these crazy cool things, and then just send save files to people, you know? I'm hoping what we're getting will kind of make up for what we're losing in this regard, but yeah, it will be sad to see a lot of these go. Also, if you guys are curious, I know there's a few people in the Discord, linked in the description down below, who are going to be trying to make sure a lot of these worlds are saved. So they're going to be trying to find some of the more popular worlds with some of the crazy large builds and stuff, and make sure that they're saved to computers, you know, before the wipe comes. So if you guys are curious about doing that, check out the Discord. I'm sure they would appreciate some help if you're interested. So let's do a little conclusion to this video here. I know it's been a little all over the place. I'm excited. You know, it's been a long time since we've had a big update. This is a very big update. And if Playful would have said, you know, it's been years, you know, we're done developing the game. If you guys want to host your servers, go ahead. But we're out. I mean, I would have understood it, you know? But I love that they're still going to, you know, try with the game. You know, I'm still playing because I love the game. I love the community we have. I think it's one of the better communities in gaming. And, you know, I'm not making money from these videos. You know, I think I've made under $1,000 on Creativerse videos, you know, and I've played over 1,000 hours, so, you know, that conversion rate's not great. I love our community. I love our world. I love the game, and I'm optimistic. You know, maybe the update comes out and it's a mess and it takes a few months to get to a good point, but I'm also, you know, I have a lot of faith in Playful to get it to a good point. You know, they've shown time and time again they're willing to try things. Some of them have worked, some of them haven't, but they're willing to fix the things if they don't. And, you know, I don't know what else we can ask for. I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to, you know, playing with these new customization options. You know, starting fresh on a world. It's been so long since I've done that. You know, everything will be world bound and not account bound, which I think is a neat thing. So you can really do some fun stuff on, you know, custom servers. If we want to run, you know, a 6-hour Hunger Game style event, you know, we can do that. We can do a Battle Royale server, you know. There's so many cool things we'll be able to do that I'm just excited to see what people do. One thing that the Creativerse community is amazing at is surprising everyone with, you know, what they build and what they do, the adventures they create. You know, I am constantly surprised by what I see in this game, the way people combine blocks and painting and mechanics and give us these incredible builds. Yeah, all I'm seeing is that we're getting more tools for it. I know some people are upset about having to pay. Welcome to the economy we have. You know, I don't mind. I've given Playful, I was going to say a lot of money. Not really. Compared to other video games, I've probably paid $50 over the course of my 1,000+ hours in this game, and I'd be happy to pay more. I think they do a great job. I think they've built a fantastic game, and I'm excited to see the future of it. I'm excited to start a new server with all these things, and yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. I know I'm asking for opinions before the update is out, but everything I've heard about it sounds pretty cool, and the things that I don't think sound as cool, at least I understand the reasons for, you know? So many game developers aren't that open, so I appreciate that they are. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I know I rambled. Welcome to the channel. It's what I do. I am super excited for next week. I'm ready to go, you know? I'm rearing to go, and I hope you guys are as well. Let me know what you think in those comments down below. Subscribe for more, all that jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!